Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for an unexpected video, and we're going to be talking all about two crystal pools in particular. First up is the Incursion 7-star pool, which houses 6 champions, that which are Angela, Captain America, Infinity War, Hulkbuster, Mojo, Namor, and Ronin. And then we have the Loyalty Crystal, which houses another 6 champions, which are Black Cat, Void, Mordo, Vision Arcus, Howard the Duck, and Storm. So these 12 7-star champions have been largely exclusive for about the last year. That's not to say they've been solely exclusive through these crystals. They have appeared and have been available, attainable through other means. Black Cat, for example, was available this year in Valentine's Day. There was some romance 7-star crystals that she was in. That's how I pulled my Black Cat and duped her, I think. It's been so long now, since February. But yeah, and then I think some of the, Angela was definitely in another crystal from the Incursion pool. So, for me personally, ever since I first saw these pools, I've never been that excited. Sure, there's a couple champs I want in maybe each pool, but I always was thinking, I'm waiting for the next pool. I'm sure the next one will have way better champs. So there had been times, months ago, where I had thought to myself, maybe I'll start saving my Incursion artifacts for when it changes. Or maybe, I'll save up a ton of loyalty for when it changes, and I have over 2 million loyalty. That's kind of what I've been thinking, because, I'm not really that excited by these pools, right? And so Kabam hasn't really said anything until now, whether these pools are changing or not. Apparently, when these pools first launched, it was about 1 full year ago, and they said it would be like that. These pools would be around for at least a year. So this person here made a forum post. So September is the 1-year anniversary of the 7-star Incursion and Loyalty crystals. Think they will be updated in the next patch. So this guy's saying, I guess so. Also, will the change enter the basic pool immediately, or will they enter the Titan first? And again, is there any other last minute deals or something they select maybe to acquire one of those champs? So, Titan, none of these champs should ever be entering the Titan, in my opinion. Ever. None of these champs. And no other 6-pool champions should ever be entering the Titan. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see the Titan pool being diluted like that. This guy's saying seems like they should enter the basic first since others were already featured. Maybe should be a basic pool, Legend Celebration champs enter the basic pool, so should they. Hoping for an awesome update. Hopefully they don't change before I get more crack at Black Cat. This guy's saying Kingpin and CGR are most defo getting added. I don't know where this guy gets his confidence from. Defo getting added. There's no chance CGR is getting added as a 7-star anytime soon, in my opinion. Kingpin maybe, but CGR, I don't see that happening this year. So there's just a lot of speculation here. You might be thinking Legacy, why are you making a video about people speculating over these crystals? And I wouldn't make a video just talking about that. But we have an official message response from Kabam Crash, so that's why we're here. This guy's saying, so 1 year's passed, the Crystal Champions pool is still the same. The Crystal Champions pool should have definitely been changed this month. This guy's saying, why? Just because you think so? They never said they would. In fact, they initially said they would remain exclusive to these crystals for at least a year. Indication that it would be a year at minimum, but the implication was that they could remain for quite some time after. And I don't really like this attitude, personally. It's okay, Kabam a year ago said for at least a year. I think that's perfectly reasonable to assume that by that time next year, the pools are due for a change. I think that's a logical and reasonable way to think. That's how my brain works, at least. I don't know. That's just how my brain thinks. Me and this guy definitely think differently. Me and this guy definitely think similarly. But this guy's saying screw these crystals, open 2 of each, 2 Namors, 2 Mordos. But yeah, here is our official response from the man himself, my favorite Kabam employee, Kabam Crashed. So, when we introduced these crystals, I said they would remain unchanged for at least a year. We deliberately included champions requiring high sig to give them some longevity in case we decided against updating them. After reviewing the data, we have no plans to update these crystals. What? No plans at all? Next year? 2 years from now? Next month? No plan? What? Man. In case of the AW crystal, the idea was including a champion chase would result in more players engaging with Alliance War. I can't find any evidence of that. Well, maybe put better champions in there. It looks like the same players that always played AW continue to play it, and the same players that didn't play AW continue to not play it. It creates a fun additional chase for those playing AW, but given there was effectively no discernible behavioral change, it seems unwise to use up 6 more champions in our 7-star runway to update the crystal. You know, this is what I don't like. It seems unwise to use up 6 more champions in our 7-star runway. It's like Kabam is like holding on to some 6-star champions just to really, for like events like the banquet event, like the reunion event, and they just want to save these champions for those types of events, which I can understand, but like the game is way more fun if we have these those champions in these crystal pools to be chasing too. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to continue to chase the same 6 champions in the Incursion and the Loyalty Crystal for another year. I'm already done. Like, put them in the basic. Like, I don't want to keep opening more of those, personally. And I don't love this attitude either. On the Incursion side, our iteration on Saga Incursions has absolutely crushed our engagement targets. More players played Incursions for arcade games than any point aside from when Incursions replaced the side quest. Similar to Alliance War, I don't believe updating the Incursion pool is going to bring anybody into Incursions that isn't already playing it. I disagree. I disagree here. Right now, I have 0 desire to play Incursions on my main account. I don't need ISO, I don't need gold, I don't need the 6 and 7-star shards, I don't need the Awakening Gem, I don't need the 6-star Sig Stones. You know, I don't need any of that. The Tier 3 Alpha and Tier 6 Basic fragments would be nice, but I certainly don't need them. Not for 25 zones of work. So, for me, an endgame player, I have absolutely 0 incentive to be doing Incursions on my main account. If that champion pool, that's it. That's the only reason for me to do it. I want Hulkbuster as a 7-star, but that's it. And I've already missed him a bunch, and I really don't want him that bad. So, like, for me, I have just 0 desire to do Incursions. If there was a brand new Incursion Crystal with 6 new champions, and I wanted at least one of them, you bet your butt I would be in Incursions again, farming those artifacts, trying to open up a hype new crystal. And just to, like, get a new crystal, just to make a video. Because, yo, guys, today we're opening up the brand new Incursion Crystal. Like, that would be fun. That would be a fun video to make. That'd be a fun video to watch. Like, personally, I really disagree with this. Yeah. It might make a few people do Incursions and off cycles, but Saga Incursions extended to be the late game Incursions meta moving forward. So again, burning 6 champions from the one way to update the crystal for little to no benefit seems unwise. Just gotta disagree, man. Like, I really loved this whole concept of loyalty and Incursion 7-star crystal, and I'd really hoped that we were going to see more. You know, I had hoped that we were going to see a Battlegrounds crystal. That never happened. I personally absolutely love, and I think a lot of you guys love, these pools of unique 7-star champions for playing certain game modes. I think it's such a great idea. I think it's a disservice to the community to not be updating these crystals and to not make more of them. You know, this whole burning 6 champions from the runway, like, it makes the game so much more fun and enjoyable, hunting champions in different modes and having different crystals. But when it's the same champions, that takes away so much excitement for me. Personally, I big disagree. I don't think it's unwise. I think it's worth it. It doesn't even need to be the best of the best 7 stars. You can save the really good one, or 6 stars and the 7 stars. Like, you can save the really good ones for banquet events. You know, like the reunion champions. That would have been a perfect incursion or loyalty based crystal. I don't think any of those champions are that good outside of like White Magneto, which is evident in the video I made today using my selector choices. So like that would have been good for one of these crystals, like those type of 6 champs. I'm not saying they will literally never change, but I will give players at least a few builds of warning if / when it happens. Until you hear more from us, it's safe to assume they're not changing. So I just wanted to make a video to break down all this news to you guys, so you're not wondering when they're going to change, or, you know, thinking like me, like, you know, maybe I'll save for when it changes. Don't. It's not changing anytime soon. But I definitely wanted to put my opinions out there, and Kabam Crashed is in for Loki. He said that publicly. He's in my alliance. I really like the guy, so, you know, I'm probably going to tag him, show him this video so I can show him my thoughts, and so I'm sure he'll take a look at the comments at least. If he does, check out my video. So let Kabam Crash know what you guys think about this. Do you want the pools to be changed? Do you think it is unwise? Do you think it would make you play war more? Do you think it would make you play incursions more? Do you think it would light up that spark and just make the overall game more fun? Do you guys think we should have a battleground specific 7-star crystal with 6 unique champs? I do. I really do. I think that would be fantastic. A fantastic change to battlegrounds. And to make it, you know, more worthwhile to all players in Celestial and in the Victory Track. If there was, you know, some shards or some way to earn it with tokens, you know, I think that'd be fantastic. Yeah. We have a couple more comments here we can talk about. So we're going from not changing for at least a year to not changing at all, really. I'm willing to bet that info might actually push people to do more AW incursions just to get all available champs at a decent SIG level. This guy's asking, thanks for the info. So it's safe to assume the pool won't change until at least next year. Also, what about Banquet and Omega Days pool, Invisible Woman from Romance Crystal? Any plans on adding them to basic crystal pool soon? So Kabam Crash says, yes. I can say with confidence at this point that the Alliance War and Incursion crystals won't be changing at least until next year. The plan is for the 2023 Banquet Champions, Gifted Guardians, to join the basic pool in either December or February 2025, likely December. No plans yet for Invisible Woman or the Omega Days champions. So this is really cool. We have a bit of a more of a concrete timeline now when we can expect, you know, specialized champions to enter the basic, with the prime example here being last year's Banquet champions taking about 1 full year to make their way into the basic pool for that exclusivity. So yeah, there is some more in this thread. I will link this thread in the description of the video if you guys want to take a look at it and read any more. But that's pretty much going to go ahead and do it for this video. I said pretty much everything that I wanted to say. Just wanted to give my opinion on all this, and definitely let you guys know that these pools won't be changing, at least this year. But yeah. Do you guys think we should get a Battlegrounds crystal? I absolutely think we should. Not that Battlegrounds needs more engagement, but like I said, it just makes the whole game more fun, in my opinion. Just having these different crystals from different modes to chase. I just love the concept, and yeah, I feel like at least this should be changing at least once per year. I feel like a year is a very long time. I would say like 6-month cadence to change, but again, Kabam doesn't want to burn their 7-star options. So I think a year is fair. I think a year is very fair for these crystals. I don't think they should be lasting longer than a year. I think these pools should be changed once per year, in my opinion. That's all my thoughts and feedback on all this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Hope you all have a great day. And again, link will be down in the description. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.